Do I look like I'm party ready? Well, what I'm wearing, I'm absolutely not party ready, but my face is, because we're going to look at some holiday looks today all together. Again, as I told you, we will be fitting lots of products into one video because here come the holidays. I know it's September, but here come the holiday releases, I should say. I'm used to it, and I got more products than I have room to put out videos. So we will be kind of doubling up where we can. And this holiday sparkly look today is courtesy of the Urban Decay Moondust Space Cowboy Eyeshadow Quad. So we're going to be looking at that today. We're going to be looking at the Vieve Skin Nova Complexion Balm. In fact, we're smack dab in the middle of a wear test of that. And then, you know, I just love Sweed. And Sweed has a new Air Blush Cream Blush out. So we're going to look at that today too. 3 new products here today with me, Rebecca. I am a fashion and beauty editor who has worked in the trenches for over 20 years with some of the biggest names in our industry. I have brought not fit for print beauty here. Get it? Not fit for print, because no one reads magazines anymore. You might, but most people don't, and that's just a matter of fact. So I brought it here to the digital realm so that you have a little kind of live beauty magazine to flip through every day or so here on YouTube. Okay, let's get started because I'm really excited to get on with the wear test and to show you the application. The first thing we have is our Vieve. This is the Skin Nova Complexion Balm. It is $42 and comes in 20 shades. I have picked shade 230 and I am wearing it now. We are about a little over 3 hours into the wear test, which I'm hoping to stretch from like to 8 to 10 hours. But we shall see. This is a medium buildable coverage. Vieve, of course, is the brainchild of Jamie Genevieve. She is a Scottish model, makeup artist, probably dabbled in a little bit of acting. She's getting quite well known in Great Britain, but not quite enough over here in the US, though there are lots of us who are fans of the brand. Really innovative cosmetics. So this Skin Nova Complexion Balm is based off of her, pardon me while I hold up a sample, is based off of her Skin Nova, which is kind of like a Charlotte Hollywood Flawless Filter. It can go under makeup as a primer. It can be mixed with makeup. It's kind of a like a really beautiful. It can be worn alone. It can be put over on the body. It could be mixed with foundation. It's one of those, and everybody loved it so much that she actually created one with foundation shades. So it feels like the Skin Nova if you've tried that and love it. But this is the Skin Nova Complexion Balm. Like I said, 20 shades. I'm shade 230. 42 American dollars, depending upon where you are purchasing it. We are in the middle of that wear test now. Really nice kind of everyday that you can wear anywhere really, from light to medium, even kind of medium full if you really apply a lot, which I really like. We are also today going to be looking at a new product from Sweed. I love Sweed. They sent over some really cool new products. They sent over their new eyelash curler, which works really well. They have an eyelash serum, which I like, and a mascara, which I've been playing with. I'm still working with my Charlotte Tilbury Exaggereyes mascara, and then I'll play more with the Sweed mascara, but I wanted you to know it's out there. The biggest release that Sweed has had, which I have sitting right here in front of me and I'm very excited about, is their brand new $35 Air Blush Cream Blush. It has a velvet finish and comes in 6 shades. It is $35. And Lisa F was telling me we have I don't know if you guys know, we have a membership here on YouTube and we have weekly lives. You can find information about our membership down in the description bar. It also talks about how you can join our Facebook group. It's really cool that Helen runs for us, and how to find me on Instagram and Threads and TikTok and all that stuff. But in one of our lives for our membership, Lisa F was telling me that she heard that this Sweed blush is actually being compared as a more favorable price, happy, nicer even version than the similar Chanel that has just been released. So I agree with that. I mean, this is $35 and it's beautiful. We're going to try it on. It's got that same kind of feel to it, a really kind of velvety, cream that feels like it goes to powder and is really easy to control on the cheeks. And this is the shade, I know I've made a mess of it, sorry. This is the shade Fancy Face, and it's super pretty. I will show you some swatches of it in 2 different lights, so just stand by for that. There are timestamps down below if you didn't know that. Whenever I always think, okay, people know there's timestamps. I don't have to keep putting that on the screen. Whenever I don't, people yell at me, just get to it. It's like, this isn't TikTok. I'm chatting. Use the timestamps if you're in a hurry. Only happens when I don't put a reminder on the screen. Okay. All right. Our other is our Moondust Quad. This is a really fun one. This is from Urban Decay. They have another eyeshadow palette coming out soon. It's like in the shape of a star. Obviously something for the holidays. But I was able to grab this one. This is the Space Cowboy Moondust Urban Decay Eyeshadow Quad. It is based off the shade Space Cowboy. As you guys might know, especially if you've hung in with the makeup industry for long enough, Urban Decay has these single shades that they do really well with, these single shade shadows. The most iconic is called Space Cowboy. I have it right here. And what Urban Decay started doing, which is actually really smart, they started kind of capitalizing on the popularity of Urban Decay. To me, and I'm not alone here, to so many people that are in the makeup industry, this is the single best single eyeshadow ever made. This is Urban Decay's Space Cowboy. It's amazing. So Urban Decay has capitalized on that and started making quads and palettes and stuff based around it. This one is based around the Space Cowboy shade. But let me hold up. This is the actual original Space Cowboy shade. As you can see, the shades in this palette are a little bit different. I can do some swatch comparisons of that. I do my swatch comparisons over on my Instagram channel. So let me get that out of the glare. So if you need anything ever swatch compared, you can ask me here or over there on Instagram. That's where I do that. Okay, so here is the Space Cowboy, and here are the shades kind of derived from it. They can be worn alone as a one and done. They can be worn as a topper. They can just go into the inner corners just to create. They can even be used as a highlighter, to be honest with you, on the face. Gonna be a bit glittery. These are definitely kind of party-worthy shadows. You don't have to wear them for a party. I ended up wearing this look. I'm going to end up actually wearing this look for even longer and doing some errands. So you wear them for whatever you want. I'm going to actually use it as a palette today with a little bit of bronzer in the crease just to help a little bit. But this is a really pretty one. It's a fun one to have around for the holiday season that is upcoming. All right, we are going to go to the demo now. Meanwhile, I'm continuing on with my day in this very fancy face, to paraphrase the name of the Sweed Beauty blush. With this very fancy face, I'm going to go about my day. We're going to try to get anywhere from 8 to 10 hours of wear out of the Skin Nova Complexion Balm from Vieve, so we can see how that's doing. Oops, almost forgot ingredients. Enlarge and pause. And then here's our swatches indoors. There's the blush, and then the Urban Decay quad laid out as you see it in the quad. And then outside in the warm California sunshine, there is the Sweed blush and the Urban Decay Space Cowboy little palette there. But for now, while I go about my errands, we're going to go back in time, and I'm going to show you all of the demos of these pretty new products. Stay right there and make sure you're subscribed. Okay, when Jamie Genevieve, the owner and founder of Vieve, demonstrates this, what I've seen is she'll use her hands just to kind of demonstrate kind of the light mediumness of the nature to the product, and then she'll use a little bit she'll use a brush to apply it a little bit thicker. So I kind of want to do something like that, but I do want to show you the sides of my face. As usual, when we test out a foundation, I have morning skincare that is all sunken in, so nothing on my face, no primer, nothing like that, and we're not going to use any sort of a concealer or anything like that, or a powder or a setting spray, so that we don't interfere. The first time, we're just going to use it as is. Wow, that is pretty. The scent is really interesting. It's very pleasant. It's not floral. It's clearly kind of a skincare ingredient scent, so it's nothing, unless if you're sensitive to that sort of thing. But it doesn't, the scent doesn't, it's not really a fragrance. It's kind of a skincare scent. I'm trying to do half the face here, and then I'll show you it built up a little bit with a brush. And this is how Jamie Genevieve did it in her Instagram. Although she somehow still did it more elegantly than I do because she's Jamie Genevieve, you know. So give me a break on that one. But there it is, just kind of a light application. The reason I use my hands, as she did on her Instagram, is just to kind of show you the skincare nature of it. It's kind of like putting on skincare, and you would use your hands for that. Here's the side that's completely has nothing on it. This side, okay. Wow, that's really natural. This is a nice little product. I think I did okay on the choice of shade as well, right? Okay, now I'm gonna put some on a brush and just go in and kind of layer it. Yeah, the scent is really interesting, you guys. It's not, again, it's not a fragrance, so it's not neither floral nor gourmand. It's just kind of a very pleasant smell of kind of active ingredients. I can't explain it. Again, I'll have to look on the ingredients I showed you guys. The ingredients that I show are kind of up for my people who are really interested in ingredients, and I do that for the community. It's not generally something I look at, but I'll need to myself to see what that is, because it's very pretty and nice. It's very pleasant. Okay, so now I used a brush to build up a second layer. What do you think? Again, this side, nothing. And I'm not going to do concealer on this side because I just want to see where it goes. Gosh, that is very second skin-like. My goodness. And the thing that's interesting about it is, though it is very light to medium coverage, it's definitely getting rid of, see all the redness here? That's on that side too. Nice. Okay, I'm going to do the 2 steps we did on this side, but on this side, and I will speed it up so you don't have to sit through it, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's all finished. Stay right there. Okay, complexion, as we're going to do it for today, is done. What do you think? Not bad. Not bad. Okay, so what I'm going to do, we're going to let this go. We're going to do a little wear test with it, because for me, something like this would really be in consideration for an all day long foundation. Like, remember I reviewed the Patrick Ta. It's not my favorite. It's a little too shiny. But I was saying that to me the Patrick Ta is not a workhorse foundation. It's not one I would wear all day long. And I know that like Patrick Star is coming out with one that's like really full coverage and workhorse. And I don't need something that strong, but I can't be having like that little 3-hour one either. So to me, this is one that I would want to go 8 to 10 hours. So I really feel like the wear test is necessary. I did well with the shade, but the shades are indeed stretchy. We're going to see how it sits. Right now, of course, it's not showing any issues, but I'm not going to put on powder or concealer or spray or anything, just in case. And we'll kind of see how this goes. I will do a little bit of light makeup because we're going to do the Sweed blush and the Urban Decay eyeshadow together, but not a ton, because this is a foundation test more than anything else. I will be back after about 2 hours for us to put on and try on the Urban Decay and the Sweed. And that way we can have a little bit of a check-in before the end of the wear test. Okay, it's been about 2 hours, so we're going to just kind of do a little midway check-in here. I have put on some mascara, some eyeliner. I have a little bit, I cheated a little bit on the eyes. I'll tell you about that in a moment. But no powder or anything. So let's check on our brand new Vieve Skin Nova Complexion Balm. Looking great. Still kind of part of the skin. Could definitely use a little bit of powder here and under the eyes and on the T-zone, but it's not looking bad at all. And normally I would put powder on. Why do I not put powder on for the wear test? Well, some of us use loose powder, some of us use pressed. We all have different brands, and it's just adds too many variables, basically. So left on its own, it is looking pretty good after 2 hours. All right, let's go ahead. We're continuing the wear test, but let's now let's play with our Sweed blush and our Urban Decay Moondust eyeshadow quad, which I'm excited about. And I'll tell you what I mean by cheated in a moment. I have over here a Refer 31 brush, which I thought would go really well with this Fancy Face shade in the Sweed blush. This is their airbrush cream, and it kind of goes on in this dreamy, creamy way, kind of like the Chanel a little bit. Now this is supposed to be highly pigmented and this is a deep shade. So let me do this carefully. I just kind of dotted it on. I do want to overdo it just a bit, just so you guys can kind of see what it looks like a little better. You know how I do that. But that is a pretty shade. And I like the fact, I'll tell you, I like the fact that it is definitely a, it shows up, but it goes on and shears out very easily without tattooing me. Some of these deeper shades, especially in a cream blush, will just, you know, wherever you place your brush or whatever you're using is where it's going to be deepest, and then sometimes it's hard to blend that out, and that just always makes me upset. Okay. All right, what do you think? I didn't overdo it too much, but I still think it gives you the idea of what it looks like. Yeah, a really pretty blush. Sweed is just, that's a nice one. You know, if you weren't in the market for the Chanel, this is, yeah, I love this brand. I absolutely love this brand. All right, let's move on to eyes. I got called away before we did the eyeshadow. So we have another little check-in on our wear test on the Vieve Skin Nova Complexion Balm. We have another little check-in. But I realized I hadn't put any lipstick on. And this is a holiday video, so I thought if we're going to do sparkly eyes, we've got these flushed cheeks. I thought let's do a real red holiday lipstick. This is from a brand called Maroda that I'm working with right now out of the Netherlands. You'll find out more about that later. But I decided I would stop and put some of that red lipstick on. It's a real pretty one. Okay, let's take a look. You saw this swatched, and these are different. These are based off of, but different than Space Cowboy. So let's try them on the eyes. Now, I told you I cheated earlier, and I'll tell you how. These are all sparkle, and that's great, but because I have hooded eyes and these are highly sparkly, what I did was I did take a little bit of bronzer. This is the Charlotte Tilbury, just the powder bronzer, you know, the one. And I just put that a little bit in the crease of my eye, very little bit, just to have kind of something to base this off of. Now, what I generally do with Space Cowboy is literally put a finger in it and go across the eyelids. Usually of one of my daughters. It's a very young, kind of fun party look. I'm going to try to do maybe a little bit of a different type of look with these, but I really think these kind of lend themselves to one and done. And I have my brush out, which I might regret as well. I don't know. Let's go ahead and try this. So let's go ahead and take this shade right here and just kind of run it across the lid. See, to me, we're ready to go. That's performing just like Space Cowboy. Like, why would you want more? But okay, and I'm using my fingers. I don't think there's a lot of fallout with these. I never thought there was a lot of fallout with Space Cowboy either. Some people say they prefer the singles. I am not the one to ask about fallout, however, because fallout does not bother me. It's just something that, I don't know. I like looking like I was kissed by an angel, I guess. So that's there. I'm going to take this shade here and go on the inside. To be honest with you, we're going to have fun. We're going to pretend I'm going to a great holiday party. Whose holiday party should I go to, you guys? Fantasy up one for me. Tell me a good holiday party I should go to. I would usually use these as one and done, but let's try to make a look out of it. How about if I take this darker one here and run that in the corner too, or I'm sorry, in the crease too. It really does need that bronzer in the crease. I mean, it's very sparkly. This is a party look. This is a party look. And then of course, let's see. Oh, we have this pretty gold. I'm just gonna add that. Okay, we're really amped up. Actually, it's kind of pretty when you put them all together, to be honest with you. I mean, this is definitely a party look. I am ruining it with a gray and black t-shirt. Cotton t-shirt, not cotton t-shirt worthy. Let me tell you, not cotton t-shirt worthy. That's pretty. And actually, if you are somebody who hates fallout, it's not all over my face. It's actually pretty nice. All right, we're going to see how it lasts. I will probably have to reapply the lipstick. I don't know. But I'm actually going to go out and do some errands. This will be interesting. I'm wearing sweatpants and a gray t-shirt. And this makeup look, because why not? I'm going to be a diva just from here to here. All right, I'll be back in quite a few hours and we'll check on the Skin Nova Complexion Balm. Okay, we're at not quite 8 hours. I refreshed my lipstick about 2 hours ago and it's doing quite well, but I did put some gloss over it, so that's changed a little bit. I haven't touched anything else. The Urban Decay, in case you were wondering, is doing really well. I put that on at about 2.5 hours in. So it's gone about 5. I wouldn't expect it to fall apart. Maybe, a little bit more has kind of crept under the eye. If you are curious, this wasn't meant to be a wear test of the Urban Decay product, but a little bit has kind of made its way down here. That doesn't bother me at a party. It might bother you. But so a little bit more fallout throughout the day, but not onto the face. Okay, let's talk. And the cheeks are doing well. Haven't touched that. So good job, Sweed. And good job, Urban Decay. They know how to party. Okay, let's talk about our Vieve product now, as it has been almost 8 hours. Normally, I would have powdered here, and under the eyes, and that would have been nice. It would have liked that. And normally, I would also put a little bit of concealer on, and that would play really nicely too. I just didn't want to give it another variable. However, even without powder and concealer, this is light to medium coverage, so it kind of needs both of those things. I wouldn't have powdered the whole face, though. I never do. Sometimes I just powder around the nose and under the eyes, and that would be great too. But if you do the T-zone, whatever, it would play really nicely with your powder and concealer. It is holding up beautifully. It is not sinking in here or here, even without powder. Though I can see some of my dark pits of despair. Mine are so bad that I would need a concealer anyway. This is not a fault of the Skin Nova Complexion Balm, as it does not say that it is a concealer. Okay, the forehead is doing really well. It's still blurring all that. It would do even better with powder. All in all, a true thumbs up. This is a lovely product, and I say this a lot. Years and years ago, 1 out of every 6 lipsticks was good. And then now you try a lipstick, it's pretty much always it's very rare that it's not good. The technology is caught up. And I'm feeling that way now about these skin tints as well. Boy, they're just really getting nice. There's some that I don't enjoy, but it's rare. And this is a beautiful one. I expect nothing less from Vieve. I'm a big fan of the brand, and I have championed them in America for a very long time. I hope they get an even bigger presence here. Frankly, along with Sweed, they both brands deserve it, to be honest with you. Beautiful products, really pretty. I would try this if you're looking for that kind of light to medium, stretchy shades, applies kind of like skincare, buildable, lasts. Nice. You can't make a mistake with the shade. I mean, yeah, there's 20 of them, but they're stretchy. I did well, just nice. Powder it, don't powder it, wear it alone, build it up, It's nice. It's a good product. Same with the Sweed. And in fact, I do think this is comparable to pretty much any of these kind of cream to powder blushes, but give Sweed a chance as they are building their name and their recognition here in the United States. They are worth your time. I really feel that way. We all know and love Space Cowboy from Urban Decay. A lot of us have turned on Urban Decay with their other larger palettes. So they're saying, but remember that you loved us for Space Cowboy? How about 4 shades? Kind of like Space Cowboy, huh? And of course, if you're me, you're like, okay, I'll try it. And it's nice. Nothing replaces my love. This is well loved and very old. I'm still using it. For the original Space Cowboy single, I admit. And applying these like a quad like I did is probably fairly silly. And that's the fallout. But I feel really party ready. Maybe not enough eyeliner or mascara, but I feel very party ready. It's a nice one. What a nice stocking stuffer gift. Weird to talk about holiday gifts in September, but here we are, you know what I mean? Okay, so lots of good products from lots of good brands up here. Sweed and Vieve, I think, deserve your recognition. And Urban Decay begs for you to take another look at them. Why not, right? But I am, as you know, very community driven. So I want to hear what you have to say. It's not just about me. Your opinion is what makes us a community. So definitely sound off below and let me know your thoughts on these brands and these products. Many of you have already tried the Vieve, actually. It was you guys who told me to try it. I'm glad I did. Shout out to Sweed. They did send this to me. This is the only product that was sent to me. I do love me the Sweed. They know that too. They know I love them. All right, so let me know all of your thoughts down below. Make sure that you like and share. And the kindest thing that you can do for me is to subscribe to this channel. I sure appreciate it when you do. And I look forward to seeing all of you in the next video. Bye-bye.